So hello guys, this is the fifth question of Love Bubble DSA sheet, and in this video we will solve this question. Okay, so let's see the question properly. So in this question it is said that move all negative numbers to the beginning and the positive numbers to the end with constant extra space. Okay, so if I tell you in detail that you will be given an array. Okay, you have to arrange the array like this, that after rearranging all the negative numbers comes at the beginning of the array and all the positive numbers goes at the end of the array. Okay, and we are also said that we cannot use any extra space. Okay, so let's see some examples so that uh, it will be more clear to you that you will be given an array like this. Okay, this is a input array that you will be given. Okay, so here you can see all the negative numbers and the positive numbers are randomly placed. Okay, here is a negative number, after that again there is a positive number, again here is a negative number, again negative, again positive. So you can see that all the negative and positive numbers are randomly placed. Okay, so after performing our code, the output should look something like this, that all the you can see that all the negative numbers are at the beginning of the array and all the positive numbers are at the end of the array. And here is a note for you that the order of the elements is not important. Okay, so maybe this output can be rearranged like this also. Okay, for example, I open the text editor. So this is the given output of the program. Okay, but if your output is something like this, that the 6 is at the end and uh, the -12 is in place of is after -13, so this output, this second output is also correct. Okay, there is no need to maintain any such order. Okay, but you have to make sure that all the negative numbers are at the beginning of the array and all the positive numbers are at the end of the array. Okay, so this is the most important thing. Okay, order does not matter. So let's see some few more examples so that you understand the problem statement more properly, and then we will discuss the solution. Okay, and later in this video we will also implement the code. So keep watching till the end.
Here we will move all the negative elements to the left side of the array. So if I have a given array, so let's take this is my input array. So -5 is in the left part, and I want all the negative elements in the left part. So -5 is in its expected position. Now 6 6 is not in its expected position, because in this position -9 is expected. So we have to swap it with -6 with -9. So simply by swapping, -9 will come here and 6 will come here. So now I can say that my left part of the array is containing all the negative elements and the right part will contain all the positive element. Thus we can get our intended array. So what we did here is, I will always trace the leftmost positive element, and if I get any negative element, I will swap it with that positive element. Let's see it in one more example. -10, -10 is negative and this is at the leftmost part of the array, so this is okay. Now 6 is not in its expected position, because we have -3 and -1 at the right part of the array. Negative element are expected at the right half of the array. So what we will do, we will simply swap -3 with 6. so minus 3 will come here and 6 will come here. Now my leftmost positive element, my positive elements are 6, 12 and 18. My leftmost positive element is 6. So I will trace this position and I will go ahead, and here I get one negative element. I will swap minus 1 with this leftmost positive element. So 6 will come at the rightmost part of the array. So now we can see that all the negative elements are at the right part of the array and all the positive elements has come to the right part of the array. So after performing my algorithm, my array will be like this, that minus 10, minus 3, minus 1, 12, 18 and 6. So all the negative elements are on the one side and all the positive elements are in right side. We will see one more example to understand that how can we write the code. Here we will be using two variables, one is I and another is j. I will always point to the leftmost positive element of the array and j will traverse through the entire array, and j will check that if it get any negative element, it will swap it with the leftmost positive element, that is pointing by variable I. Initially I don't know whether this array is already in our intended order or not. So initially I will initialize I with minus 1 and I will keep j at the beginning of the array. Now I can clearly see that j is pointing to minus 10 and minus 10 is at the left part of the array. So minus 10 is in its expected position. So I will increment j. Now I can see that here I have positive element, but here I am expecting a negative element, and in my array I have negative elements in the right part. So I will bring I to one index and I will increment j. Now j is seeing one more positive element, so j will increment again. Now j is seeing one negative element, so j will swap with ith position. So minus 5 will come to 1th index and 20 will come to a third index. Now my next positive element is at index 2, so I will come to index 2. Now j will increment. J is seeing one more positive element, so it will simply increment. J is seeing one more positive element, so it will increment. Now j is seeing one negative element, so it will swap with the leftmost positive element, that is pointing by a variable I. So minus 2 will get swapped with 7. So minus 2 will come at the left part of the array and 7 will come at the right part of the array. Now j has reached at the end of the array, so I will stop my algorithm. And after stopping my algorithm, I can see that all the negative elements that are minus 10, minus 5 and minus 2 has come to the left part of the array, and all the positive element that are 20, 8, 1 and 7 has come to the right part of the array. So this is how my algorithm will work.
Now let's see the implementation part. Always, we will recommend you to try to implement the code by yourself first and then come and watch the video. Okay, so now let's start our implementation. At first, let's do the boarding stuffs, that is making the array, okay, with the size of max, and let's define the max here. Okay, that will be enough, and let's take the in which will store the size of the array. Okay, so at first let's tell the user to enter the size of the array and put it in n. Okay, after that tell the user to enter the elements of the array and loop and take one by one array elements I0 to n, increment I, and let's input the array of I. Okay, we are done with all the boarding stuffs. That is, we are done with taking all the inputs. Now let's begin with our implementation. So we will have a function like this. We will call this function rearrange. REARRANG. Okay, rearrange, and this function will take the pointer of the array and size of the array. Okay, and after taking this function will make the array as we want. Okay, and after doing this will simply output the array. Okay, let's assume that this print function prints the array for us. Okay, and also put a message here after rearranging. Okay, great, and put a new line also. Okay, now let's make this rearrange function, okay, which is the main part of our code. So this rearrange function is going to return nothing, so void rearrange, and it is taking the pointer of the array and the size of the array. Great. So what to do inside this rearrange function? Let's make two variables, as we mentioned in the explanation that we will need two variables. One is I and another is j. Okay, the job of this I is to contain the leftmost positive index. Now what is leftmost positive index? In simple words, this 9 is the leftmost positive index of this array. Okay, so in other words, if we read the array from left to right, okay, the first positive number we will get is our first positive number that we will get is our first positive index. Okay, for this array 0 is the first positive index. Okay, because the value present in 0 is a positive value and no index before this contains a positive value. Okay, so if the array was like this, okay, let's say this was -9, then the first positive index or the leftmost positive index would be 8. Okay, so now the job of this I is to contain the leftmost positive index of our array. Okay, and this is the golden rule of this rearrange function. Okay, let's write it. The golden rule of this rearrange function is I should always point to the leftmost positive index. Okay, great. Now initially we don't know what is the leftmost positive index. Okay, because we have not traversed the array yet, how could we know? So let's make the I -1. Okay, great. So after this, what we will do, as we said earlier, that the job of this j is to traverse the whole array, right? Starting from the first index to last index, the j will traverse the whole array. Okay, so let's configure the j so that it can traverse the whole array. So we have to make a loop for this. Okay, and j will start from 0 and j will continue until it is less than n, and will increment j in each iteration by 1. Okay, now inside this loop what we will do? Okay, we can consider two scenarios, right? We can face a positive number, we can face a negative number while traversing the array. Okay, so if we let's consider the first case. Okay, if we encounter a positive number, what to do? Okay, so let's say this is our array and we are traversing the array with the help of j. So I is first of all pointing to nowhere in the array. Okay, and initially j is pointing to this index. Okay, So while traversing, whenever j will encounter a positive value like this, okay, like this 9, 8, j will tell I to point to that index. Okay, so whenever the value in array of j is greater than 0, okay, uh, j will tell I to point j, that is we will assign the value of j into I. Okay, after this I will point to this. Okay, after this line of code I will point to this as j has got a positive value. Okay, but is it enough to maintain our golden rule? Let's see. Okay, let's check another iteration, the next iteration. Okay, in next iteration, instead of pointing this, j will point to this, and this is also a positive value. So as per our code, I will now point to this 8 instead of this 9. Okay, but is it what we want? Because in our golden rule we said that I should always point to the leftmost positive index. Okay, but instead of doing this, we are now pointing to this 8, which is not the leftmost positive index, because this 9 is the leftmost positive index of our array. So we can't only say like this. Okay, we can't only say that if we got a positive value we will say tell I to point the j. We will add one more condition for pointing the j, that is if I is -1. Okay, so when I is pointing to nowhere, and if we get a positive value and I is pointing to nowhere, okay, then only we will tell I to point to this jth index. Okay, otherwise if we get a positive value and I is not -1, that means I is already pointing to the leftmost positive index, so no need to tell I to point to j, because I is already in his right position. Okay, great. So after this we are done with the positive part. Okay, now let's come to the negative part. Okay, so what if we encounter a negative value? Okay, so inside the else condition we will write the logic. At first let's see in the picture. Okay, so j was here and we incremented j one more time. Okay, now j is pointing to this index, right? J is now pointing to this index and it is a negative value. So as we discussed earlier, that as we explained in our explanation, that whenever we will encounter a negative value, whenever j will encounter a negative value, we will swap this negative value with the leftmost positive value. Okay, so what is the leftmost positive value? The leftmost positive value is that position where I is pointing to, right? So we will swap the value present in ith index of the array, okay, the value present in ith index of the array with the value present in jth index of the array. Okay, this is how we are swapping this negative value with the leftmost index of our array. Okay, so let's, after swap, our array should look like this. The 9 will come here and -1 will come here. Okay, so what we will do, we will simply swap the value present in ith index and the value present in jth index. Okay, so we are done with the swapping. Okay, now let's see after the swapping our golden rule is being maintained or not. Okay, so after the swapping I is still pointing to this index, right? The value of the I is still 0. Okay, but according to our golden rule, I should always point to the first, I should always point to the leftmost positive index. Okay, and now I is not even pointing to a positive value. Okay, I is pointing to a negative value. This is what we don't want. Okay, so what to do? So what to do now? If we simply increment I by 1, okay, if we simply do this I plus plus, okay, the I will point to the next positive value. Okay, let's see. The value of I is 1. Okay, if we increment the I by 1, then the value of I will be 1. Okay, and now I will I will point to this index, right? This is one index. Now I is pointing to this, and you can clearly see this is the leftmost positive value. Okay, because before this, okay, before this there is no positive value. Okay, great. So after this we will increment our I so that we maintain our golden rule. Okay, but is it enough? uh, let's consider a scenario, okay, when we have a negative value in the front of our array. Okay, let's consider this array. For this array we have encountered a negative value at first. Okay, so we will go inside this is if block, else block. Okay, we will come inside this else block, right? Now we are trying to swap the ith index and the jth index, and initially the value of our I is -1. Okay, initially the value of our I is -1, so we are trying to swap the -1th index of the array, okay, with the 0th index of the array. Okay, because we are trying to swap the I and j, and the value of I is -1, and initially the value of j is 1, j is 0. So we are trying to make swap between these two index. Okay, now this index does not exist, right? Array of -1 does not exist. Okay, so what will happen? Our code will get a segmentation error. Okay, so we don't want something like that. Okay, or we may, if the code runs, then we may get some wrong output. Okay, so before this swap we have to make sure that the I is pointing to a valid location, right? So let's give a condition before this swap that I not equals to -1. Okay, because if I equals to -1, that means that I is pointing to a invalid location, right? So at first, to make sure that I is pointing to a proper location, we did it. Okay, now we are done with the rearrange function. Okay, so after rearranging, okay, one thing, that put a bracket, put a curly brace here, because if you don't put a curly brace here, then this else would be considered the else of this if. Okay, so make sure that you put a curly brace here. Okay, great. So let's do it like this. Okay, after this we are done with the rearrange function. Okay, now it is the time to display the array. Okay, we have called a function called print to display the array, but it does not exist, so let's make it void print. Okay, the function will take the array and the size of the array. Okay, and its job is simple, just to print the value of the array one by one. Okay, starting from the 0th index to n-1 index, it will print the content of the array. Okay, and put a space between, let's put a space between each element, and let's add a end of line at the end of our array printing. Okay, great, we are done. So now let's compile the code. Okay, no error so far. Now let's try to run the code. Okay, uh, let's zoom in a little bit so that it is properly visible, and now let's give it some inputs. I am giving 6 inputs like -5, -9, 2, 11, -6 and -7. Okay, so after performing the operation, our array is looking something like this. You can see clearly that all the negative elements are at the starting of the array or at the beginning of the array, and all the positive elements are at the end of the array. Okay, let's check another example. uh, okay, let's check another example. This time let's check 9 elements. Okay, now maybe -10, 8, 2, -9, -5, -6. Okay, 7, 20. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more. Let's say -69. Okay, so after performing this, see, all the negative elements are at this end of the array and all the positive elements are at this end of the array. Okay, so our algorithm is working fine. So thank you for watching the video and have a nice day.